Okay. Hello, everybody. It's Marilyn Harris of Hard at Work and Summit, the Master Biz Builders Summit is really for change makers, but I'd like to welcome my guest, Matt Schlegel, and he's going to talk about the Enneagram. I guess very popular these days. So, Matt, just take it away.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Marilyn, for having me. And my name is Matt Schlegel, and I've been using the Enneagram as a tool for over 20 years now. I started as an engineer and became an engineering manager, and I soon discovered that leading people was more important than leading electrons. And so I started to study different tools. And that's about the time I discovered the Enneagram. And I found that it was a very powerful way of helping people understand both themselves, those around them, their teammates, resolve different issues that might come up, and the more I used it, the more powerful I found. And at one point, my engineering brain asked the question, why does the Enneagram use numbers? Why not colors or letters or animals or something like that? And it turns out there is a reason why the Enneagram is numbers. And there are 9 types. Each one of them has a number: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Mhm.
And it turns out that is the order of those personality dynamics is exactly the order in which humans solve problems. So the Enneagram is not just a personality system, it's also a problem solving methodology. And that's not a well-known aspect of the Enneagram, which is why I was compelled to write my book, Teamwork 9.0, and describe that aspect of the Enneagram, and then how I have used it in the corporate environment to help teams collaborate to solve big challenges that they didn't really know how to solve, and get them to focus and come together and solve those big problems. So that's me in a nutshell.
Yeah. So can you tell me a little bit, Matt, about some examples of how you've used the Enneagram in your workplaces with your teams, and the beginning stages and the end? What happened?
Right. So I'll talk about the problem solving aspect of it, since that's not well understood. And what I find is when I come into a company that has a problem that they're struggling to solve, I'll find that there's a lot of finger pointing. People think that the problem is not their problem, it's somebody else's problem. And meanwhile, the CEO is saying, we got to solve this problem, and nobody is taking ownership. And what happens, I find, is that people get very accustomed to working in their business and not necessarily on their business. And the things that make you really good at focusing in your business, be it marketing or operations or engineering, those may not be the same skills that you need to kind of pop up a level and rethink how everybody is working together collectively. And so when I come into a company, I will work with the management team, usually somebody responsible for each one of the areas of the company, operations, engineering, project management, all of those. And, I'll have everybody describe the problem that they're experiencing in front of everybody else. And something really magical happens when I do that, because coming into the meeting, everybody thinks that the problem is somebody else's.
Mm-hmm.
And then after the meeting, people realize, oh, we all have the same problem. And it kind of creates this mindset shift that, it's not somebody else's fault. It's something that we're all experiencing, each from a different point of view, albeit, but it's still all the same problem. It's like, the elephant in the room. Some people will say, oh, I'm being crushed, or oh, I'm getting wet, or oh, so everybody's experiencing that elephant in a different way, but the main problem is the elephant. so it's getting people to realize that they do have this common problem, and getting them to then focus on solving that together. And once you get over that hump, then I take them through the process of the Enneagram, through the 9 steps, and they come together and come up with a solution that they all agree to, they're all bought into, and that when they implement it, it sticks and lasts. And it's really remarkable how effective it is when you walk them through those 9 steps.
Yeah, also because to understand your own number, right?
Well, I don't necessarily I don't do that with people.
Okay.
That usually when I'm hired, they're not hiring me to do an Enneagram personality assessment. What they're doing is they're hiring me to get this problem solved. And I really don't need to know their, people's Enneagram types to actually manage them through that process of the 9 steps. But as a facilitator, it's really useful to me to know, because I can tell at this point what the Enneagram types of the different people are without even having to test them. So I can tell, by the different people on the team, where the team is going to do well and where they're going to struggle. So what I find is that each personality type, that's their strength, right? So the type 6s are going to do great in step 6. The type 3s are going to do great at step 3, and on around. So, but if I see that, hey, there are no type 6s on this team, then I know that the team's going to struggle when we get to that step, and we all need to help, put a little more effort into facilitating the team through that step.
Interesting. So anything else you'd really like to share that you'd like more people to know more about you and how you work?
Yeah, so, I love working with teams that are experiencing some kind of challenge. And right now, there's so much volatility in the world, and, everybody is dealing with, disrupted supply chains, or, a changing mix of customers and clients, or, the obsolescence of one business and needing to focus on another, or perhaps you've acquired a company and you need to integrate 2 different companies. All of those scenarios are points at which the leaders of a organization need to come together and rethink how they want to work together in the new environment. And so, that's the one thing I would, leave people with, is that sometimes it is okay to not just keep heads down working in your business, but pop up and think about how everybody can work together better in whatever new challenging environment you're facing.
Yeah, because quite a few change makers, you're working on your passion, your movement, but you don't stop to think, oh, crap, like I need help here, but I don't know who to turn to, or oh, I have to do that too.
Right. Yeah,
But
exactly.
usually you're in a team, and so somebody will bring up that concept to you quite often, but sometimes you're just focused, straight on, right? So you're
Right.
not really thinking about all this other stuff you have to do and acquire, and who do I ask for help and whatever. So I guess they could call you.
Absolutely, yeah. And for those people who are, I'll always preface when I take a group through this process,
Hmm.
I'll preface it by saying, this is based on the Enneagram, and I'll share my book with them if they're interested.
Right.
And, some people inevitably are interested in learning more about the Enneagram itself and how powerful that is, and wanting to know their own Enneagram style and how they
Right.
fit in. And that's just delightful when people want to do,
Hmm.
go down that path and explore that. And I love doing that as well.
Right. Right. So what is your most specialty like? So you like working with teams and helping them get over their problems and their challenges. And then from there, what else can they do to work with you besides just fixing those things?
Well, yeah. So, one of the things, my background is in engineering and technology and manufacturing and quality.
Hmm.
So, I often will get pulled into working, after after we go through the process, right?
Right. Right.
We'll come up with a plan, and
Hmm.
that plan gets implemented in step 8. So step 8
Okay.
is the implementation, and oftentimes they won't. This organization that wants to implement this plan, they may not have the resources available to essentially project manage that implementation,
Hmm.
and so they'll have me stay on, and I will help project manage the implementation, reporting back to the senior management, and letting them know the progress as we collectively implement whatever we decided to implement. And so
Hmm.
that's another way that I can help companies. And because of my background, I'm good at working in those types of environments of product development, manufacturing, and those types of areas.
Okay, great, cool. So Matt, so where do we find out about you? I know that below this video, there's going to be a link to where they can go work with you. So your free offer right now is what? The first
Yeah, well,
chapter?
so I have a free Enneagram assessment
Hmm.
on my website, and then anybody who would like, I always can share the first chapter of my book, Teamwork 9.0, if you want to just get a taste of what's in the book, and then you can find me and more about my business at the website evolutionaryteams.com, and then you can find the book Teamwork 9.0 on Amazon.
Okay, so what we'll do is have below this video, we'll have the free offers, and then we'll have a link to your website, Evolutionary Team, of how if they want to work with you further, right?
Perfect. Thank you so
Right.
much, Marilyn.
Yeah.
I
Okay,
appreciate it.
cool. I'm so glad that we were able to do this for you, to get
Thank
this
you.
done. So I'm looking forward to hearing more about you later.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, everybody. Talk to you soon.
Bye.
Okay. Bye.